Okay guys, I want to show you a couple little tricks about these connectors and stuff on these multi-rotors. Here's a couple soldering guns I like to use. Sorry if you guys have to use this little pencil dick little thing right here. I'm sorry. These ones here are okay. This one here is what they call professional model. It's alright. This little thing here you get like at your local Fred Meyer store or whatever. Kind of a joke for what we're doing. I like to use the industrial model, 300 watts. It works pretty good. Let's get busy because my internet connection is really slow, and I don't have a lot of time here, so and I know you guys get bored quick, so let's do this really quick. See, soldering gun, it's nice and hot by itself when you turn the trigger on. Okay, it's not hot right at the moment, but anyway, let's get on with it. Enough of the bullshit here. Okay, there. And here, I like to stick the connector in a piece of balsa wood and find a nice hole that's nice and tight. You know how the guys are. You know how we are. Just cram her in there. And you want it tight because you don't want any solder sweating around the outside making it all crappy looking. Okay. Don't close your eyes, this ain't going to take long. Here's something I want to show you here. I think it's kind of an important little thing that might save you from a crash. Okay, here we go. And anytime you solder anything, make sure that what you're soldering is hot enough to melt the solder. You don't want to melt it with your soldering gun. Tip number one. Okay, here we go. This thing's so hot it only takes a second. But see, I'm melting the wiring, not making the soldering melt on the wire, not the gun. Does that make sense? Same on this. Watch this. Get this thing hot, and I'm not melting it with the gun. I'm letting the part melt it. Okay. Got a nice little puddle in there. Take the wire and just dip it and hold it until it's nice, and don't wiggle it around until it's cool. If you wiggle it around, the soldering joint won't be any good. Let's just wait 1 second or two here. I can kind of feel it sturdy already. It gets so hot so fast you can kind of see it's already flashed. Okay, let's pull it out here. Okay, now the little trick I'm talking about is right here. Where's my scissors? Right here. Right here where the insulation is missing right here. That's a hell of a weak spot right there. Especially if you start working that back and forth. Let me show you what I like to do here. Get this this shrink tube from Hobby King, 25 cents for a meter. 1 meter for 25 cents. You can't beat it. Okay, I hate to plug anybody, but that's how it is. Okay, there's our shrink tube. Let me get my glue gun. I know you guys know the glue gun's kind of cheesy, right? But check this out. Just right here is where I want to put a little bit of hot glue. Right here. Okay. When that dries, that's going to secure that whole thing. Okay. Okay. Here's my heat gun. All right. That's what I'm talking about here in a minute. Okay. You guys can either leave that or pick it, whatever. But my point is when you're done, you're not going to have a little flex. It's not going to flex and break on you underneath the shrink tube, and you're going to be wondering, why is my motor not working? Well, a lot of times it's that little break under there. Especially if you're using the NTM prop dive motors. I noticed that the wiring on those is real thin, and it overheats and gets real fragile really fast. Let me show you one more little thing I like to do to save myself a lot of work, and we'll show you here real quick. And this is kind of a pain in the ass too. It'll save you a ton. You could use these locking pliers here. And when you're doing like the battery connector, if you're doing a LiPo connector, make sure to do one side at a time and keep it insulated from the other side. Otherwise, you're going to have a big problem with your battery. But this is some really fat gauge wire, and it's always a hassle to get that going on. So That's why I like to hold it with the clamps. Okay. Kind of the same thing here. Solder this baby up. We're almost done here. A couple more seconds. But anyway, it doesn't take long. Even was that 8 or 10 gauge wire, I'm not sure. But you can see that I want the wire to melt the solder. That way I know that goes all the way through. Okay, it's looking pretty good. You can see on the connector it's already tinted because I've already kind of recycled that already. So anyway, make sure I got plenty on there. I want to have a little extra on my gun too. Here we go. Watch this now. A piece of cake. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this does here in a second. That's why I put a little extra solder on there. Oops, it moved. Anyway, I'd like to have a little extra solder on the tip. When I go down on it, it will goes right through to the joint. This one's probably not going to be worth a shit because I jiggled it. But let's see what we got here. Always inspect what you got. Actually, that's not too bad considering I jiggled it. See, it's not too bad. Always look at every one of them. Okay, boys. I guess that's it for now. Let's see. What else is I going to talk about? I think that's it for now. Okay, sorry if I bored you too much, but I know some of you guys need a little help on that. So, thanks for watching. Bye.